You're listening to Nick and Jimmy's Wrestling Recaps, a subsidiary of the Overcast, brought to you by Oversoul Gaming.
All right, welcome back to Nick and Jimmy's Wrestling Recaps. I'm your host, Nick, aka the Gaming Fiend. With us today, unfortunately, Jimmy is unable to join us again this evening due to complications at work. Here with me this evening, again, we have my good friend Joe. Welcome, Joe.
Thanks for having me again.
Hell yeah! All right, let's get into this. Let's where do we want to start? Do we want to start with the main event, or do we want to start with the first match of the night?
I mean, yeah, let's just go right into it with the women's Money in the Bank match.
Yes. So my initial pick to win this was out of pure bias for Bray Wyatt. Obviously, my pick to win this was Alexa Bliss. I knew she wasn't going to win this because she doesn't need to. She's already won once in her career. We had Alexa Bliss, we had Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, and Rhea Ripley. This match was fucking intense.
I mean, it was a slobber knocker from the start.
It really was. Like the way they set up those ladders, the way they did, like that was fucking creative. Like I've never seen that in a ladder match ever that I can think of.
I mean, it's like they just stacked ladders upon ladders upon ladders right next to each other.
Oh, I know. Right, yeah, it was nuts. The way they had the uh the double code red.
That was
The double
insane.
Yeah, it was. Like I am glad that you I was like you were messaging me earlier and you had called me before the show even had even started and you predicted Naomi winning this. You said
I mean,
it would have been down to Naomi or Stephanie Vaquer.
yeah, and
I
like, it only makes sense with the changes that Naomi has gone through with the whole,
yeah,
demonic character switch that she's, manifested over the last couple months. I mean, we saw it
mhm,
way before the whole Jade Cargill incident, but now that she's officially, found her way, so to speak, and has gone back to her vicious side that we all knew she had from the get go, it only makes sense to, you know, give her the contract. And then, I mean, it's been what, 5, 6 years? Has she even won a title since she's come back to WWE?
not I don't think not since she came back this current run. But I know she had won at WrestleMania in Orlando that one year.
It's been a while since Naomi has had a title, and as energetic and as fun as the whole glow movement was, I mean, it was quite frankly old and tiresome.
Yeah,
And I'm quoting, from one of the greatest of all time, The Undertaker. He has said that the most important thing in professional wrestling is consistently evolving your character.
absolutely.
And Naomi understands that it was time for her to evolve, and it was time for her to adapt, and it was time for her to change her persona.
Had the OG bloodline stayed together, I could have seen her joining in with excuse me, joining in with uh with Jimmy, Roman, Jay, the OG bloodline.
I mean, they had plenty of time to bring her in and add her to the bloodline if that was the direction that they wanted to go.
Unfortunately, that never came to fruition.
Exactly. I tell you one thing though, I love the fact that Julia and Roxanne were just out there beating the hell out of everybody.
Yeah. I
I mean,
have a theory about what Roxanne Perez's goal here tonight was. My theory is that her goal was to win that women's Money in the Bank contract and challenge Io Sky to bring the gold to the Judgment Day to prove her worth in that faction. Effectively, either completely eliminating Dominic and Liv, or Liv just leaving out of pure anger or
okay, but
jealousy.
yeah, but then what about Raquel Rodriguez?
Okay, yeah, okay, I can see
I
that.
mean, if Liv leaves, she's not gonna, she's not gonna abandon her tag team partner. I mean,
That's fair.
I don't see that
Okay, yeah.
happening. And honestly, I think the Judgment Day is basically done at this point. I think what's going to wind up happening is I think, you know, Dominic and Liv and Raquel are going to go one way, and Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Roxanne Perez are going to go a different direction, and then that sets up for a new faction and a new feud.
Okay.
Because if you go back for at least the last month and a half, the tension that has been
Oh,
going on between Finn Balor and Dominic
it's
Mysterio,
noticeable. It's
it,
noticeable.
you could cut the tension with a freaking butter knife.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's they are definitely setting up for a implosion within the Judgment Day, and I think Roxanne is that bomb, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean,
For my
Roxanne will get her. She'll get her chance eventually.
Oh, absolutely.
She's too green at this point, and the same with Julia. Julia's gonna be around for the next 15 years or so, but she's just still too green to be given, you know, a championship opportunity handed to her on a silver platter.
Yeah. My second pick to win this was Rhea Ripley, but again, she doesn't need to win this. She didn't
No, she
need to win
doesn't.
this. She has held championships, multiple.
And the
And
interesting thing, it would have been a fairy tale ending, so to speak, for Rhea, seeing as how this was her first ever Money in the
ladder
Bank match.
match. It was her first ever ladder match in her career.
Right.
The where I was going with this is, yes, she's held multiple championships, but when she holds them, she doesn't hang on to them for long. Someone always ambushes her and puts her on the shelf, and she's forced to relinquish it. It's a pattern. And I feel like Rhea needs to play it safe right now and pursue something different. I know this is probably a hot take, and a lot of people are gonna disagree with me on this, but Rhea needs to play it safe right now and not pursue any championships because of how long she is put on the shelf whenever that happens. Whenever someone ambushes, she's prone to severe injury.
I agree to a certain extent. I don't think she should abandon all championships. I just think she should abandon singles titles for now and get thrown into a tag team and go after Liv and Raquel.
That being said, I the look that Rhea Ripley and Alexa Bliss gave each other made me feel like, ooh, is there some chemistry there? Is there some like-mindedness there? I smell a tag team brewing.
Well, it's funny because in a interview that Rhea did quite a few years ago, I think it was right after Alexa went on maternity leave.
Mhm.
She was asked if she ever uh, was put into a tag team again, who would be some of the people that she would want to tag with, and the first person she named was Alexa Bliss.
Ooh, okay.
And then, of
Maybe
course, she
something is in
named
the works.
yeah, and of course, she named a few other people like, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch. She even said that she would be willing to team with Charlotte Flair,
Oof.
but we know
See,
Charlotte doesn't play well with others.
no, exactly.
And we also know that Mommy really doesn't play well with others either.
No, no, she does not. Mommy doesn't take no shit. She
So
does not play bullshit.
I would love to see I'm sorry, I would love to see Rhea and Alexa go after Liv Morgan and Raquel.
Absolutely. But that leaves we can talk more about like that predictions on that in the later in this episode. But I I really would like to see a tag team between Rhea and Alexa Bliss. The next match we had on the wasn't even on the card. This was an impromptu match. Uh and you will have actually more input on this than I because you did watch Worlds Collide.
I did, yes.
So
So
what was the setup for this?
so after if I remember correctly, it was a 6-man tag team match.
Mhm.
After the match, Dominic got on the mic, and as Dominic does, he started disrespecting his father.
In true
And
Dirty Dom fashion.
exactly. And I forget the guy's name, but he took total offense to that and basically attacked Dirty Dominic, threw him over the barricade, and after they were separated and everything was all said and done, Dominic actually issued the challenge for Money in the Bank and actually said, and I will put my title on the line.
Ooh. Okay,
So this was all,
I did see a clip for this prior to the match.
yeah, so this was
It
all
was it
Dominic's
was
doing.
so this was Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr. Octagon Jr. is from AAA's the AAA uh promotion that WWE just acquired. This was their first premium live event, and the was Worlds Collide. It's a luchador promotion, but it seems like they've got some crossover.
Yeah, it was definitely a very high octane, very, very well put together show. And for anybody who knows absolutely nothing about AAA, it gave the fans the opportunity to get a firsthand look at the guys and the gals in that promotion. And overall, it was one hell of a show.
Nice. So of course, the outcome of this match wasn't fair.
Honestly, this was one of those matches where they needed a slot to fill, they needed time to waste, so they just threw it together at the last second. It was not well thought out. There's
No.
honestly no storyline behind it. It was just one of those, oh, you're talking about Rey Mysterio. I don't like that, so let's fight.
Yeah, to me, this match was pointless. They could have expanded one of the other matches already on the card a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
it was a time killer, basically.
It was unnecessary. Of course, Dirty Dominic Mysterio retains his title. Unfortunately, I would have liked to see it go over to AAA. To be completely honest, but next match we had on the card, I don't see this rivalry going away anytime soon. This was the Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the women's IC championship.
I mean, these two ladies, they came out of the gate throwing
They
hands. I mean,
they did. I'm already over rivalry, if that makes sense.
yeah, because they didn't take the time to properly figure out the key points to the storyline. They just threw it together in a matter of, you know, hours or days that it took them to be like, okay, you guys are going to win the titles. Then the next night you're going to give them back and then you're going to betray her. And it's just like, what's the point behind it? Like,
It's
it,
it's
I don't know.
I'll tell you exactly what this is. This is oh man, I was gonna compare it to the the time where Chris Jericho was still in the WWE partnering up with Kevin Owens. But in this sense, in this case, Becky would be Chris Jericho and Lyra would be Kevin Owens. It doesn't make sense because it was Kevin Owens that turned on Chris Jericho. Moving on.
Yeah.
It feels like I've seen something like this before, and history repeating itself is it makes sense to do when you have fresh people watching the product, but for someone who's been watching the product, respectfully, you've been watching the product a lot longer than I have. But what I was about to say, for someone who's watched the product as long as I have, I feel like I've seen this within the last 10 years.
I mean, of course we have. I mean, I could think of countless storylines where you have best friends, even brothers, turn into bitter rivals, but there's a established storyline behind that. There's an established, you know, foundation in
Yeah.
order to use this betrayal or that betrayal or this is just one of those things where honestly I feel like it was just thrown together and not much thought was put into it.
No, and they could have built on this. They didn't have to have Becky turn on Lyra the very next night after WrestleMania.
Well, I don't even think they needed to have. If they were going to have them win the titles at WrestleMania and then have the universe go in a complete uproar, which everybody wanted to see Lyra and Becky be the first ever Irish born, you know,
Oh, I was
tag team champions.
ecstatic. But then
Right.
I was immediately I felt like my heart was ripped out of my chest when I saw Becky turn on Lyra on Monday Night Raw.
No,
Like, what in the fuck?
the heart getting ripped out of the chest was when they lost the titles less than 24 hours after winning them.
That and then the heel turn.
That was just the extra dagger to the chest.
That's fair.
You know, the damage was already done when they dropped the titles the following night.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the damage was done there. That was just the
Yeah.
extra dagger to the chest when Becky turned.
Yeah.
And
No,
let's be honest, Becky has a history of turning on her friends.
Charlotte.
Bayley,
Charlotte's a big yeah, Bailey.
Sasha.
Sasha. I was just gonna say Sasha.
I mean,
Or Mercedes Monet, as she's called now in fucking AEW.
yeah, I mean, if we're gonna be technical, yeah.
Yeah.
The CEO.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
man. This
uh,
I could not get into this match. I
no.
was over it before it even started.
Yeah, I got bored probably within the first 5 minutes of the match, to be honest.
Yeah, I was lost.
I mean, now were there some parts in the matches that got you on your seat and was like, holy shit, that was awesome? Yeah, but for the most part, it was just like, can we just get this over with by now?
Yeah.
I
Next
mean,
we
because
have
we all knew the outcome of the match, so I mean, you know, it
yeah,
was pointless.
it really was. And the way she forced Lyra to raise her hand like that, and then
That's
have her
just demoralizing.
that was it was humiliating. You could tell how hard that was for her.
Yeah, well, Lyra shouldn't have put herself in the position she did because a couple weeks ago, Lyra herself said, Becky, if you win, I'll raise your hand.
She did it to herself.
Exactly.
Next, we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. For this match, we had Seth Rollins, Penta, El Grande Americano, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, and LA Knight. Okay. The first thing that I want to say is I thought it was hilarious and I lost my shit when Wade Barrett said, I pay attention to detail. I do my research." And then Michael Cole's like, "Never once that I ever thought I would ever hear someone say it. They did research on someone based on what their nipples look like."
Well, that was a little unsettling.
It, it
To
was
be
it was
honest,
it was fu- it was funny. I thought it was hilarious.
it was comical, but it was also like, why are we talking about Chad Gable's nipples? Come on, we all know it's Chad Gable. Come on,
Yeah, exactly. Like the fuck.
too many similarities in the stature. There's too many similarities between the ring moves, and
Hmm.
you know, I mean, for the love of God, anybody who knows Chad Gable and has heard Chad Gable go, "Thank you," it sounds the same damn way when he says "Gracias."
It really does. It's Michael's right. Like it's not ho- like Jimmy was telling me like when we recorded our episode for Backlash. This is something that we've seen before. Just look at the when Hulk Hogan wore a luchador mask, pretending to be someone completely different other than Hulk Hogan, and Vince was like, "Come on, you're fucking Hulk Hogan."
I mean, I can think of God knows how many wrestlers in the past that have, completely switched their ring gear to, be a different character.
When Mickey James came back to team with, oh, Carmella, wasn't it? Was it Carmella?
I believe
No,
so.
Alexa Bliss. No, Alexa
Oh,
Bliss. It was Alexa.
it
It
was
was Alexa
Alexa?
Bliss. Yeah, it was Alexa Bliss because Alexa had said she had brought someone back that hasn't been there for a long, long time. And if you remember correctly, she showed up wearing like a plain blue luchador mask and a blue suit.
Yeah.
And she kept that moniker for a while. She kept that gimmick for a while before she unmasked herself. So I have a feeling that yet again, this is history repeating itself. I have a feeling I know it's Chad Gable. I know it's Chad Gable. Nobody knew who was behind that blue mask until she took it off.
I mean,
But with El Grande Americano and Chad, there's too many similarities. You got the tattoo, you got the way his arms are bandaged up, you got his build, you got the height. It's all there. Chad
exactly.
Gable, you're not fooling anybody.
And I mean, come on, as soon as Chad came back from his so-called sabbatical, who arrived within like the first week and a half?
Oh, who?
Grande Americano.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Yeah. Let's talk about what everybody's been waiting for to happen. Jacob Fatu came out to supposedly help Solo Sikoa with this match alongside Jeff Cobb. What I wasn't expecting to happen so soon, but I'm glad it did. We finally got the words straight from the beast's mouth himself. Solo, I hate you. It's about goddamn time he turned on Solo. Like,
well, I mean, they've been setting it up for the last couple weeks.
They have, and I'm here for it. I didn't know how I felt about Jacob Fatu at first. I want to reminisce for just a second. An old buddy of mine who was a loyal listener to the main show, The Overcast, Chewy, he told me well before Jacob Fatu debuted in the WWE that Jacob Fatu was on his way to WWE. And rest in peace, Chewy. I miss you, bud. He never got to see his debut. And I think that might be the biggest reason I am drawn to this version of Jake Fatu.
Jacob is an absolute monster. I mean, they want to call Braun Strowman the monster of among men. No. There is nobody currently.
Dude, he wouldn't. Brock Lesnar wouldn't even stand a chance against Jacob Fatu. And that's saying a lot.
Absolutely not, but I would love to see that fucking match.
Oh, hell yeah. And Karrion Kross, too. Oh, man. Oh, the matches. The matches I could think of.
Right. I have never seen somebody be able to take the amount of punishment that Jacob Fatu can take and then get right back up like he's unfazed.
There's one other person that I can think of right in this moment that has those exact same attributes.
Bronson Reed?
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah,
The lunatic the lunatic fringe. Like, he was the Iron Man of the time that he was in WWE. Like, he could take so much beating, he could take so much punishment and get right back up. He would wear his opponents out. Like, I oh,
yeah, but how many? If we're gonna compare the two, like how many times?
oh,
If we're gonna
mm,
compare the two, how many times have we seen Jacob Fatu take an ass whooping and then get up like he's completely unfazed? Whereas with Dean Ambrose, he shows those signs of wear and tear in those matches. He may be able to get up and then
yeah,
beat the hell out of you.
mhm. That's where I was making the comparison. Where yeah, he can still get up was my point.
Yeah.
Regardless of wear and tear, he can still get up and hand your ass to you on a silver platter.
Oh yeah. Now, as far as Jacob goes, they had been setting this up for the last month at least, and after last night's SmackDown, I had
Which
a
I
feeling.
missed.
Okay, well, if you get a chance, go back and watch the segment between Solo and Jeff Cobb because I can't remember what his name is now.
Is Jeff Cobb.
No, it's JC Morrow or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they changed his name. He's not Jeff Cobb. It's JC Morrow.
Okay.
Um, they had a segment last night where Solo and JC were talking about uh, Jacob behind his back, and Solo
Oof.
flat out told JC that Jacob is all gas and no brains. And
Oh.
then he basically said that Jacob would follow Solo and do whatever Solo says. And then as soon as they got done having that conversation and they walked off, Jacob comes from around the corner.
Woof.
And the look in that man's eyes, I had a feeling, I wasn't 100% sure, but I had a feeling that he was going to turn tonight.
Which he definitely did, and I am 100% here for it.
Because now, here's the thing. Now we have an unhinged, uncontrolled maniac running around WWE.
And he's a fucking Samoan too, so I mean, this Samoans are dangerous as is. Jacob Fatu's on a different level. They don't call him the Samoan werewolf for no reason.
Exactly. I mean, I'm just thinking about it now. Now that now that Solo and Jacob are no longer on the same page, we can
Yeah.
look forward to some ridiculous ass whoopings that these both guys are going to deliver to each other.
Oh, dude, I'm so here for it. Now, we also before we had Jeff Cobb or JC and Jacob Fatu come out, we had Seth Rollins insurance policies come out.
Yeah, because Seth Rollins is incapable of winning a match on his own, so he has to rely on two guys that are a lot younger, a lot more vicious
I'm gonna be
than.
completely honest and say I don't Seth Rollins on his own is great. I'm seeing a pattern. I'm seeing like the outcome of this match is Seth Rollins ends up winning. Big surprise there. This is literally Money in the Bank 2014 leading up to WrestleMania 31.
Oh, you're talking about the screw job or the heist of the century.
Yes, like Money in the Bank 2014 when he won. This is his second Money in the Bank. This is his second Money in the Bank contract in his career that he has won.
Right.
What's one thing that is the exact same when he won the contract back in 2014?
Well, he was a
He
part of
had
the authority back then.
that, and he's got his goons. J&J Security were his goons at that time.
No, well, don't forget Kane too.
Okay, yeah, Kane. That briefcase was beat to shit by the time he cashed that shit in.
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to be the same way this time around too.
Yep.
'Cause
Here's the
that-
thing: whoever he decides to go after, they better get them some backup to be able to handle Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, or I mean, Braun Breaker.
Jey Uso needs to recruit Jacob Fatu. I'm just saying.
Well, before that happens, Jay has to get through Gunter on Monday night.
that. Yeah.
I mean, Penta, he showed his ass off in this match. That Canadian Destroyer onto the ladder, that was nasty.
Oh, it really was. Now we finally have the main event. We have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. One thing I want to point out, first off, fuck Logan Paul. Anybody that listens to this program knows that I am an avid Logan Paul hater on the main show as well. Logan Paul slips when he goes to flip over over the ropes and shows exactly why he doesn't belong in the WWE. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, they were gelling when that match started.
yeah,
I mean,
it was.
it looked like there was some real chemistry there when they first started that match with John and Logan.
But when they started arguing, that's the biggest mistake any tag team could make. Because at that point, you're not on the same page anymore, giving your opponents the upper hand.
Well, that's just the comedic aspect of Logan being inexperienced and John being overly confident.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Logan,
Jay took an ass whooping in this match. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
lie.
he did. He really did. How is he going to recur from that? For
You know
his
what?
first match tomorrow. Or on Monday. On Monday.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago when we did the recap for Saturday Night Live, and we talked about how Gunther underestimated Jay at WrestleMania. Well, here's the thing: you got Jey Uso coming into a match where he's not going to be 100%, and we all know the damage Gunther can do to an opponent who's not at 100%.
This was
probably the worst thing that they could have done leading up to this match on Monday was take a match 48 hours away from Gunther.
Gunther, I hate to say it.
Gunther's going to whoop his ass to take the title.
Gunther was right. Jay needs to focus more on his health and well-being to make sure he can successfully defend his title, not stick his nose in his friend's business. I understand where Gunther's coming from now.
Well, here's the thing. Jay is too much for the people,
He is.
right? Gunther is I don't care about
That's it.
you. I don't care about you. I don't care about any of you. Whereas Jay is all about the WWE universe.
That this might be a hot take, and I'm a huge Jey Uso fan. Yeet. Fucking. He is.
The Yeet movement is done. I mean, it's and
He.
unless Jay can pull off some sort of miracle on Monday, he's losing the title. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
There's no question about it. He's done for. Like, as much as I love Jey Uso, I don't think he's gonna win on Monday in Phoenix.
And I don't remember if it was Wade Barrett or Michael Cole, but one of them touched on it, and they flat out said that they believe that Jay is burnt out, that the duties of the champion have become more than he can bear.
He wants to try and do what Roman did.
Nobody can do what Roman did. I mean, I'm sorry.
No.
Nobody is going to be able to step into the role that Roman had.
Exactly.
I mean, we clearly saw, anybody who knows anything about that rivalry, that bloodline, that time of the bloodline, when Jay tried to challenge Roman for the title in Tribal Combat, we all saw how Roman just ran all over him.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it is, maybe Jay is burnt out. Maybe he is trying to do entirely way too much. But unless he can pull out a miracle come Monday night, he's losing that title. And if Gunther
Yeah,
gets
he
that
is.
title back, he's not letting it go.
No, he's not. He's not going to underestimate anybody.
You know what? I retract my statement. The only person in WWE right now who could pull a Roman Reigns is Gunther.
Yeah.
Because Gunther has that discipline. Gunther has that mind mentality. Gunther has that.
I mean,
100%.
look at how long he hung on to the NXT UK championship when he was Walter.
Look at how long he held on to the Intercontinental title before Sammy took it from him at WrestleMania a couple years ago.
Exactly. Like, he's definitely shown that he can hold on to a title.
Because Gunther has the mentality and the understanding of how to carry the weight of a championship, how to carry the weight of a company.
Exactly.
Jay doesn't have that mentality for the simple fact that it's taken Jay 15 years to win singles gold. Jay has been a tag team competitor his entire career.
Exactly. Now we get a hooded figure enter in the ring to attack John Cena, and it is revealed to be the who we thought was released from the company, returning R-Truth.
As soon as I saw that hooded figure come into the ring, I knew it was R-Truth.
I accidentally opened up Facebook and just to check something, and the first thing on the feed was R-Truth returns to attack John Cena. I'm like, God damn it. I spilled it for myself.
Yeah, right. And you were talking about how you think it was a work. I don't think it was a work. I think. Well, here's the thing. If it was a work, you know, how did they get all these news outlet medias to write the story and produce the story? How did the it was all over social media on every
It
sports website you could find, every major news,
it really was. Yeah,
website.
I think you're right. I think it was due to the backlash that the company got. They decided to, we're going to give the fans what they want. We're going to bring back R-Truth, but we're
Yeah,
going to
I mean,
turn him heel.
well, and it's about damn time because,
Yeah,
you and I talked about it, you know, when we did the Saturday Night Live recap. They needed to, especially with our truth, he needed to revamp or revitalize his character because it was dead. It,
yeah.
it just, it was moldy, it was old, it was tattered, you know. And so, you know, am I, could it be a work? Absolutely. They could have paid all these news articles millions of dollars to print these stories. But I wholeheartedly 100% believe that the only reason why Truth is back is because of all the backlash and hatred that WWE got for releasing a man who spent pretty much 20 years of his life with the company.
I mean, if you think about it, I've been hearing rumblings in the woodwork that they've been having issues keeping fans from chanting "We want our truth" at the events. They've had to censor that shit.
Well,
Now,
here it was posted on Rhea posted a picture on her Instagram of her wearing a R
an
Truth
art
shirt,
an art truth shirt. Yeah, I saw it.
and then the caption was told I had to take it off. They didn't even want their own employees wearing anything with R Truth references on it.
Yeah, no, I don't think this was a now that you mentioned okay, yeah. No, I don't think this was a work. I think
And then
but the Flash, you're right, yeah.
there was a guy who went to this week's past Monday Night Raw,
Mhm.
and he posted that he was told that if he wanted to enter the building, he had to take off his R Truth shirt. Otherwise, he wasn't going to
What?
be allowed entry.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucked. That's fucked.
So, hence why I say I think it's purely due to all the backlash that they were getting, you know, and that's why he's back.
Yeah. That makes total sense.
But who knows? I could be wrong and you could be right.
Fair enough.
It's just I'm just happy to see our truth back.
Yeah, even in the capacity that he is. And now I truly believe we may actually see a match between John Cena and R-Truth with a face John Cena and a heel R-Truth.
Why do a face John Cena and a heel our truth? Why not just do heel Cena versus heel truth?
That'd be a bloodbath.
Well, I mean, it's come to that. See, here's the
It,
thing with John. John has crawled too far down the rabbit's hole to back out now. John has no choice but to see this thing through.
yeah,
If John was going to back out and change his mind, he should have did that a long time ago.
yeah, definitely. Especially with how often he is shown like he was gonna backpedal for a second guessing himself.
Well, we didn't see no second guessing from John tonight. We just saw
No,
straight
we
up,
sure did not.
you
This was
know,
straight up ruthless aggression.
it I saw a little bit of Dr. Thugonomics in John Cena tonight.
Yeah.
You know, so you never know. We might get to see the Doctor one last time.
Fingers crossed.
Because I
Now,
mean, that was the best John Cena.
oh, I unfortunately never got to see John Cena as the Doctor. I've seen clips, but I wasn't watching when he was the Doctor of Thugonomics.
Oh my god, dude!
I do remember seeing him come out at WrestleMania in 2019 as the Doctor of Thugonomics. That was pretty cool.
Dude, the Doctor of Thugonomics version of John Cena was the best version John has ever been. I mean, he was.
I'm really
He was
hoping we
that.
get to see that version one last time before the end of his run.
Oh yeah, I could tell you some stories about Doctor Thugonomics, man, but we'll keep that for a later date.
Yeah. But man, no, this was while the card wasn't all that big, this was if I had to give it a rating on a scale from 1 to 10, this would be
I'd give it a 7.5. You know,
I'm gonna go one peg lower and give it a 6. This was there was a lot wrong with this pay-per-view, and I just, a lot of things felt like the women's ladder match was probably the best match on the card.
oh yeah.
I know that's probably a hot take, but that's just my opinion. It was a good old fashioned slobber knocker, like you said. It was entertaining. I was intrigued. I was invested. With some of the other matches, the Lyra and Becky match, for example, I was lost before it even started.
Well, the funny thing is if you go back to the last, what would this make this the 6th year that they've done a women's Money in the Bank? 7th year?
I lost track.
Well, if you go back and look at the last, let's say, 5 years, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match has always been better than the men's.
It really has. And I, for one, okay, so this next spot is reserved for what we want to see next in the WWE. The chemistry that Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley showed when they looked at each other makes me hopeful for a eventual tag team between the two. However, I'm conflicted because I also want to see Alexa Bliss lead the Wyatt Six with Uncle Howdy.
Okay, so
As a she-fiend.
we know Rhea has that demonic side to her, right?
Yes.
So bring Alexa and Rhea into the Wyatt Six. That means somebody's got to go.
Yeah.
Or you could just make it the Wyatt Seven.
But then the way the name works wouldn't work anymore. Unless they
Right.
find a way to work, unless they find a way to make it work.
So if we were to bring, hypothetically, let's say they did decide to bring Alexa in, and then let's say they decided to bring Rhea in. Does Rhea become the new Sister Abigail? Or
Ooh.
because rarely do we actually see Bray Wyatt wrestle, or I mean not Bray Wyatt, but Bo Dallas, excuse me.
Uncle Howdy, yeah.
Does Bray become the leader of the entire group? And then you still have your Wyatt Six with the leader of the faction. Or a manager, so to speak.
Isn't that what he is right now, though?
Basically, yeah. Which means, theoretically, they could still bring in, 2 other people.
Yeah. They could.
Because right now, you technically only have 4 active competitors, because rarely do we ever see Bo Dallas wrestle.
Right. And the last time he did, he suffered an injury, which is why I think the Wyatt Six have been off television for so long. How they came back, I think it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there was
Talk about
something
poetic
I
justice.
saw. Oh, exactly. It was. There was a post that I saw on. I forget it. It was either Twitter or Facebook. I saw this post. Bray Wyatt's son dressed up as the Fiend on his birthday, and this fan in I think one of the wrestling groups I'm in on Facebook. It was Facebook.
I
Um,
did see it, yeah.
yeah, it was. They had said something along the lines of, you know, as much as I am sad that the Wyatt Six haven't been on television, this kid needs Uncle Taylor. I can wait for Uncle Howdy. That was an extremely heartfelt post.
Yeah.
Like, that was extremely wholesome and heartfelt, and honestly, it kinda made me tear up a bit.
Flipping the script a little bit, uh did you see the video where Brody Lee's kid made his debut at one of GCW's events? It was a battle royal that he won.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was and it is eerie how identical Brody and his kid look.
Oh,
I mean,
I
looking
would
at
need
this,
I would need to see a picture of Brody Lee Jr.
yeah, it's like looking at a younger version of Brody Lee.
If it, yeah, I believe it.
But I tell you what though, I would love to see a faction with Julia, Stephanie Valcaire,
Ooh, okay. Keep talking.
and Rhea Ripley.
Okay. That would be a force to be reckoned with.
But then again, I'd also just love to see Julia and Stephanie Valcaire beat the hell out of each other.
Fair enough. Now, a lot of people are I hear some chatter in the woodwork about a lot of people wanting Carrie Cross to get a push. I would love to see that.
I tell you what, and here's what I would love to see. You
Yep.
have the Wyatt Six, okay?
Yeah.
And so you need a faction that is demented enough to go toe to toe with the Wyatt Six. Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
And there's a
I'm
lot of
listening.
people right now. There are a lot of people right now that I could think of to put into a faction with Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
There's one person that I have in mind, but he's over on SmackDown right now.
And who would that be?
Damian Priest.
No, I like
No?
Priest. I like Priest doing what he's doing right now, just riding solo, doing his own thing.
Okay. Yeah, he's got that he's capable of it. Is what I'm
Right.
is was where
Oh yeah,
where I was
he's
going
more
with
than.
that.
Oh yeah.
He's absolutely capable. I
Oh, he
mean,
is.
Drew McIntyre called him the Temu Undertaker for crying out loud.
I mean, so what does that make Drew McIntyre the Temu version of Sheamus?
Right.
No, here's my thought process. You got Karrion Kross, Scarlett, who is the ringleader, the manager of the whole group.
Mhm.
Go ahead and give me Chauncey,
Oh, okay.
and then go ahead and give me. And you're probably going to be like, no, they wouldn't work. Go ahead and give me the Motor City Machine Guns. And I say
I
that
like
because
I like it.
yeah, if you go look at a lot of their matches that they had in TNA, especially like the Monsters Ball matches, they have that sadistic side to them.
I got the vibe when they debuted.
And then this is going to be controversial, but get rid of DIY, get rid of Johnny Gargano and the Poison Pixie, and throw Tommaso Ciampa into there.
Yes.
Give me the Black Heart. And then I know he's with the company because I know he's involved. Give me Timothy Thatcher.
I want to see the Tommaso Ciampa that was in Undisputed Era.
Tommaso Ciampa was never in Undisputed Era.
I thought he was.
No. It was always Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole.
It was Adam. Okay, it was Adam Cole that I was thinking of. Okay. Never mind.
Those 5 guys with Scarlett leading the charge, there's your counterweight to the Wyatt Six.
Okay. I'm here for it.
It's like the Shield versus the Wyatt family all over again.
Yeah.
Or it's like the Wyatt family versus the Brothers of Destruction all over again.
See, now I'll do you one better. I would like to see Karrion Kross bring. Was it TNA that he was in?
Yeah.
I would like to see him bring his Kill Cross character into this.
Yeah.
He just has to get permission. And I think hearing about Killer Cross when he was still with TNA, hearing about Killer Cross and then seeing him debut and in WWE, it made me want to see more of what he was capable of in TNA.
Oh yeah. They definitely either they definitely either need to push Karrion Kross or let him go.
They do.
Because
Because the way
go ahead.
he's worth so much more than he's being treated.
Well, and he's also expressed, you know, how frustrating he feels currently due to the fact that he's not being used.
Exactly.
I mean, he's said that, you know, he said in an interview that basically if he doesn't get a text or a call from like the bookies or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he just either stays home or stays at whatever hotel they're currently at. He said that he stopped making the drives if he's not going to get used, you know.
I mean, can
Which I
you
don't
blame
blame
him?
No, I don't.
All right. That sounds like a good place to wrap things up. Uh, I have been your host, Nick, aka the Gaming Fiend. My co-host, Jimmy. You can find him at JPope Games. And Joe, do you have anything you want to plug?
I do not.
All right. I want to thank you. Give a huge thanks to Oversoul for editing this podcast. You can hear him on our main show, The Overcast, on the same podcast feed, or you can find him on YouTube at Oversoul Gaming, where you can also find the visual version of this show. Thank you to Podserve FM for hosting us, and to Epidemic Sound for the music, and to you, the audience, because podcasts don't work without people to listen to them. So thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.